Hey, welcome back to another episode of BOS Talks. I'm Satyam, founder of Brainose Script and host for this particular episode. In this episode, we are going to talk about personal branding and how it can help you to grow in your career. Okay, for that, we have invited a guest, a special guest who is Yogesh Agrawal, who is a personal branding expert, also known as LinkedIn Wizard. So, Yogesh, I want to welcome you and thank you for accepting my invitation, first of all. So, our mission is to bring people from different domains in this particular platform so that it can help you people to grow in your career as well as in personal and professional life. All right. So, here we go.
Yogesh, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Satyam. Thanks for asking. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing great, Yogesh, and thank you so much for accepting my invitation and be here in this talk show with me. You are already doing a great things in personal, branding. So I just want to ask you questions related to that only, so that our audience get to know what exactly personal branding is and how it can help them to grow in their career, in their life. Okay. So first of all, just let me know what is personal branding.
Uh, if I have to define personal branding in a very simple word, it's basically uh, your face getting converted into a logo. You know? Your face getting
Okay.
converted into a logo, your signature getting converted into an autograph. And that's what
Wow.
personal branding is all about. That's what you can tell about personal branding. For why it is important is very simple. In the era where you have a lot of competition going on, you have a lot of things to see through. I think so. It's very important to stand out, and personal branding is something that gives that standout element to people in terms of lot of job opportunities, lot of business opportunities, and lot of leverage. So, example, if there is one person earning X amount uh, without any personal brand, that same person, the same job profile can have 1.5x amount of money if he has a personal brand, because that's what add to the trust and the reliability of the company. So for me, personal branding is more to do with your authentic self, going outside on internet and building an authority around yourself, around your thought process, around your journey. And it's about building authority, not building content. Let's be very clear. Personal branding is not content. Personal branding is building authority over internet. It's not the number of followers. It's about the impact you're creating in the life of the people. There are have people having 10,000 followers creating more impact than the people having 2 lakh plus followers. Anyways.
So, because most of us believe that content creation is a way of personal branding. So, can you differentiate between personal branding and authority building? Like, oh, sorry, content creation and authority building.
I think so. Content era has come right now into existence, like in the past few years. Before that, also
Yeah.
people had brands. You take an example of Shah Rukh Khan being one of the biggest brand out there. When there was no game of
Right.
content, we have the film industry. That was also a content indeed. But eventually, people used to do offline gigs and gigs over the television to actually get famous, which has eventually turned out to be doing the same on social media. So I think so. Branding has come a long way where a normal layman has started understanding. Previously, Twitter has to be, or rather, used to be a platform only for Bollywood celebrities and the politicians and the big people out there. Today, me, you, everybody is there on Twitter creating content, having good number of followers as well. So that's the kind of difference we have
Right.
created over the time. Why it's not content creation always is uh, it's about delivering a kind of insights over the things that you know out there. You can do the same in the offline world. It's not something that you have to record every time. Recording increase or rather improves the distribution process where you can distribute it among different channels. But if you're not recording, you're going into college, having an audience of 1,000 people and speaking in front of them, you're creating a brand of yourself there as well. It's just that people have started loving numbers. That's why you get preferred more with numbers. The people having more numbers, people want to go to those people because they are reaching more number of audience and stuff. So that's the kind of difference I want to create in terms of personal branding and content creation.
Okay. So, Yogesh, if someone wants to grow their personal brand for their
Mhm.
career growth, Okay,
Mhm.
so which platform do you prefer them to choose for career?
When it's about career, the number one platform comes for career is LinkedIn always. So primarily there are four social media going on right now, crazy and haywire. That's Instagram, that's YouTube, we have Twitter, we have LinkedIn. Now the point is through YouTube or Instagram or Twitter, it's hard to land any job. But when you talk about LinkedIn, it's primarily made for landing jobs only. So for a person who wants to land job, they should come to come in terms with the LinkedIn atmosphere, understand the whole pro forma how LinkedIn works because it's not easy as the other platforms. It's a little complicated at the start. Uh, when you talk about the platforms being complicated, I think so. YouTube is the most complicated one in terms of how you have to upload and a lot of those things. Then it's LinkedIn, then it's Twitter, and then it's Instagram. That's how the complication works. So I think so. You have to crack the deal with LinkedIn to understand the platform. Once you have understood, just go reach out the recruiters and make some good deal with them. You have to reach out them with the outreach messages. Make your profile well optimized. I have my friends who have been working in this space with other people and landing them good jobs. So you just need an optimized profile and a good resume to land good jobs in the companies. Eventually, there are companies ready to give you a good chance, but only if you can actually show them that you are a kind of guy who will be at it, who's not someone who's just faking it. That's the kind of confidence you need in terms of your profile and authority.
Right. So you need to be real first of all, and
Hmm.
then just show up. Okay.
Yes,
Right.
that's super important.
Oh, all right. So okay. So if someone wants to grow their personal brand, what do you think? What are the common mistakes people make in this journey?
The first mistake every person is making is trying to become a perfectionist. My first post should be perfect. Uh, my way of writing should be perfect. I should get these number of likes. So let's come to perfectionist first of all. So when you start becoming a perfectionist, you always create a top model post in the very first go. Now there is no way you can go above it. So because your audience will actually expect better post in the coming days, but because you have already given your best in the coming, like on the first post, you won't be able to get better. So that's the number one mistake people make. Second, people post without optimizing their profile. So take for example, you're making such good post, but your profile is not optimized. Like your profile does not have a good headshot, your profile does not have a good banner, your profile does not have a call to action. That what do you want people to do once they have discovered your uh, writings or your content, because you have to ask them to do something, either follow you or take a action or take your course, buy a one-to-one call with you, anything. So that is super important. So that's what I say, people. So have that purpose for why you are creating content. People don't have a purpose, they just let it go out there and do content creation sab sometimes. Third thing, what people do is start having expectation from day one. So they see a person. So there's a student who's in second year. There's another student in second year. One student has 25,000 followers already on LinkedIn. One person has 1,000 followers. Now the other person start expecting that, yeah, why do not I have these number of followers? I'm in the same class with the same guy sitting in the same bench. Bro, it's his day 100. It's your day one. You cannot have the
Right.
day 100 thing going on in your life in the day one. So that's pretty much the people play the game of expectation and comparison. That's the third mistake people do. The fourth mistake is people work a lot on the content, but not on the hooks of the content. So your content is nothing if you don't have a good hook. People are not staying to click on see more. Doesn't make sense if you have written something good there. So you have to make sure that you give equal amount of effort to make a good headline, because what people do, they spend like maybe 15 minutes writing the meat of the content, but only 1 minute writing the hook of the content. Instead, it should be like you spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes to think about a good hook that can grab the attention of the people and land you more audience. That's what happens in digital marketing as well. You make a poster, you do
Right.
AB
Right.
testing always. You make a lot of posters, and the posters which work out, you kind of channelize it into more distribution channels. That's how it is.
So got it. All the four mistakes. Thank you so much, Yogesh, for sharing it. All right. So now, if someone is very beginner, okay, on LinkedIn, and we already answered this, I just want to reframe the steps, right? Someone is beginner, wants to grow their personal brand, grow, okay, on LinkedIn. So what are the step one, two, three, four?
So someone who's starting from scratch should have a good headshot first of all, because again I told you personal brand. It all boils down to your face is your logo. So you are in airport somewhere, the person has to recognize you. That's what brand is. If people are not
Right.
recognizing you, are not brand. If Ashneel Grover walks today in the city, anyone can recognize him. If Aman Gupta
True.
walks in the city, anyone can recognize him. But I think so. People who recognize me actually will not be too much right now. Example, I met Vaibhav Sinti yesterday, who's like the master chef of LinkedIn, you can say. So I converted Vaibhav's meetup into my meetup. So what I did is Vaibhav
Mhm.
was having a meetup, and I posted a, a added post on LinkedIn by superimposing a text on his graphics that the LinkedIn wizard will also be there.
Yes, yes,
And
I saw that.
yeah, and I posted legit that let's do a submit. So I did not have to pay for venue, I did not have to pay for food, and there were my fans also in the same session. So some
Right.
people recognize me. Hi Yogesh, you're from LinkedIn. We are connected over LinkedIn. I'm so happy that I already have people who are connected with me over LinkedIn, and that's what create all the difference. So this happened. So eventually I was happy with this fact. So that's why headshot is important. Second, your banner is very important. So this is all part of profile optimization. Your headline, your about section, your certifications and everything. So you make a good profile first of all. That's number one step. The second step is observe the creators. Before creating content, it's very important to observe how the other people in your niche are creating content, because that's where you get the inspiration from. That's where you get the flow from. Because if you just go and commit some mistakes that you're not supposed to, uh, your brand will not get diluted because you have not started off, but you will have a impact in your life in terms of the confidence in content creation. कि यार मेरा content तो अच्छा नहीं जा रहा है, मजा नहीं आ रहा है ना, people are not liking it. That's probably because you have not consumed content. You go to any content creator, their first agenda will be go and consume more content to create some good content, है ना? So this is the second step. uh, Third step is make mistakes. Don't put a lot of effort in making content. Make low effort content in the beginning, and don't have any expectation. Low effort content, low expectation, you will gain high. Always will have an upper side to go to. So that's the third thing people should start doing, content creation and stuff. And the fourth step I always talk about is reinvent and rediscover things. So I have changed my LinkedIn banner, I think so 10, 12 times. People are of an opinion that you can keep one banner for long. Why have you like chosen to do so? I think so you change as a person as you grow as a brand. So
Right.
there's a lot of things that go around, there's a lot of things that's happening. So why not change your banner, your purpose? If it's changing, go out there, show to the people as well. So uh, personal branding is not a journey of just consistency, but it's actually rediscovering yourself at times as well. That every single day you become a better version of yourself, and are you able to communicate the same with your audience or not? So this is the way you can build authority over internet. These are the four step or the mantras of creating content.
Wow, Yogesh. Actually, it's a truly a roadmap, to get from zero to hero, right?
I
On
have
personal
done
branding.
it, bro. I know how it feels from starting from a zero to reaching 13,000 followers approximately. The journey has been a
True.
topsy-turvy ride. I myself have been trying to start a podcast, so that will be launched super soon. So I think so. I've been doing a lot of these things, and it is making sense to me. And I'm like happy with the kind of result I'm getting. So that's why.
Wow, that's great. Uh, all right. So you already mentioned that don't expect too much from your posts, from likes or follows and all those things. But you know, definitely, you are in a journey. So you have to, if you want to know where I am standing right now, so you have to have some certain metrics, right, to look upon. So what do you think on for personal branding? What are the metrics one should look and how to go about it?
Yeah, when you start off with things, you see only one metric, that is number of likes, comments, or all those things.
Yes.
Once you become mature in the content creation journey, you start see the quality of the engagement. That whether the people who are actually engaging with me are some people who are legit serious about my content. Like tomorrow, if I post that you guys have to buy this, are they buying this? Or are they just making a fool out of you by just engaging with the content? So that's super important to understand that the metrics at the start is more about numbers, like it's more of a quantity thing. But metrics at the end, when you become mature in content creation game, becomes more of a qualitative aspect instead of the quantitative aspect. What I've seen, like the people and the friends of mine having good quality audience because they belong from IIM Calcutta, they're working in BCG and maybe the like best of the companies and MNCs. So they have a better quality audience when they start posting. So eventually the gigs they get highly paid for the brand collaborations and the influencer marketing as well. So that's
Mhm.
super important for you to think that when you're making a personal brand, are you having an elite audience like who can pay a lot of amount, or you have an audience which is like a middle class audience or something of that sort. So a lot of those things matter as well. I think so that's create a lot of difference and synergies in terms of how you create content. So that's super important. So metrics के बारे में बात करूंगा तो यार देखो LinkedIn में तो 4-5 metrics चलती है, which is eventually number one, the impressions, that how many people are actually you are able to reach out through your content. Second is the engagement, which is the likes that you're getting. Third is the comment that you're getting. Fourth is the number of DMs you're getting from that content that nobody talks about. So if you're posting a content, you're getting some leads from that content. Like somebody has DM'd you that I want your masterclass in this, then that also makes a lot of sense. So that also is
Right.
very important. So these are the like 3-4 things in terms of metrics that you should see.
Got it. Got it. Okay, so last question. People, have different thinking. Like, okay, I'm in a job. How I can make my personal brand? It will take much time. I have to go somewhere out and photo shoot and all those things. So, what do you think? Number one, what it needs? How much time someone have to, give for personal branding, and how important is consistency? Number two, in personal
I
branding.
think so. With Chat GPT coming in, it has becoming easier to make a brand now. I think so. Content creation has become easier. You can get content ideas from Chat GPT. If you are thinking that no, it's a cheating, you should not use Chat GPT, bro. Like even the best of the ministers and the founders are using Chat GPT. So please don't give me that excuse that you cannot use Chat GPT. But again, it all boils down to one single idea, that are you able to use this platform to the maximum advantage and make money out of it as well. So I think so when it comes to content creation, you should start batching content. So a lot of people ask that you post every day. So are you creating content every single day? No, buddy, I do not do that. I don't have a time to create content every single day. I batch my 30 days content on like one weekend, because the kind of the experience I have gained, like अब मैं 30 content भी एक दिन में बना सकता हूँ. But previously I used to do like 7 content a week, and that used to work. So I primarily sit on a flow state of mind for 6 hours, 8 hours, and I write almost 30 pieces of content. I take inspiration from different accounts that what is working, what is not, and eventually post the content that way, restructure the account. There's a lot of topsy-turvy things always going on, so that works. Regarding consistency, it's super important, bro. Like there are people who, so I talked about Webho, right? Now
Right.
people don't know Webho Sisinti. The earlier people know Webho Sisinti, that he is the OG of LinkedIn. But why the other people do not know him? Because he has stopped posting. He does not post anymore. So the moment you stop posting, you become irrelevant to the internet. So
Mm-hmm.
content creation or personal branding is not a journey that is, it's like a project. You do it one day, it gets completed, or it's a 3 months, 4 months journey. No, it's like till dead end, you'll have to post every single day. Even if you become famous, you have gained a lot of followers also. Like example, you take Bhuvan Bab. Bhuvan Bab had a great frequency when he was making a brand. Today he's a brand
Right.
already. So now he is focused more on quality instead of quantity. सोच के
Mm-hmm.
देख, he was
Right.
focused more on creating a content on a weekly basis. Now is creating content on a 6 months basis or a yearly basis. Like Taza Khabar came and Taza Khabar was a hit. So the example is very simple, that at one point of time you reach such a stage that you're focusing more on quality instead of quantity. That's what the game of consistency is. So you can be like consistent by posting weekly one post, You can be consistent by posting 7 posts weekly as well. So the consistency
Got it.
depends upon the kind of audience you want to target, the frequency you want to post, and like even the comfort factor of yours. अगर तू 2 post के लिए comfortable है, तो 2 post करना यार. Why are you making yourself a commitment that you won't be able to fulfill the coming weeks? So
Got it.
that's important.
Okay, so personal branding is not a destination, it's a journey.
It's a journey.
All right. With that note, thank you so much, Yogesh. It's like a learning experience for me as well as for our audience. Thank you so much, Yogesh, for joining me for this session, and thank you, people, for joining me for this session. And I hope that you have learned a lot of things from Yogesh about LinkedIn and how to create a personal brand. Thanks a lot for joining in. I'm Satyam, signing off.
I
Thanks.
hope you have found today's episode informative and valuable. Okay, if you found that, please like this video, share it with your friend, and follow and subscribe to our channel. Please do that. As well as I would like to extend my gratitude to Yogesh Agrawal for being here, expressing and sharing the insights and knowledge about personal branding. And he has shown us the step and roadmap how we can build our personal brand and how it is helpful for us in our professional life. All right. Thank you, Yogesh, for that. If you have any suggestion, any feedback for us, please let us know in the comment box. And thank you so much for joining in for this episode. I want to see you all in the next episode as well. Thank you so much.